Imagine God walks up to you tomorrow and gives you one specific command to prove your faith. Go marry a sex worker. And not just any sex worker, someone who you know is going to cheat on you, ruin your reputation, and break your heart over and over again. Most people would think they're losing their mind. But 3,000 years ago, a man named Hosea actually got that exact order. What follows is a story so wild, so toxic, and so deeply psychological that it reads less like Holy Scripture and more like a dark HBO drama. This isn't just a story about a broken marriage. It's a multi-layered political thriller, a psychological study on obsession, and a cosmic metaphor that changed human history forever. By the end of this video, you will realize that this ancient scandal mirrors your own life in ways you never saw coming. So, who was Hosea? Who was the woman who pushed him to the absolute brink? And why did the creator of the universe demand a man destroy his own life for a message? Let's dive into the dust. To understand why this happened, we have to look at the world Hosea was living in. It's roughly 750 BC. The northern kingdom of Israel is, on paper, absolutely crushing it. Under King Jeroboam II, the economy is booming. Real estate is soaring. The military is secure. But beneath the surface, the society is rotting. Think of it like the ultimate hyper-capitalist dystopia mixed with ancient paganism. The rich are stepping on the necks of the poor, and the spiritual culture has become completely unhinged. The people of Israel had a covenant with God, essentially a sacred marriage contract, but they were playing the field. They started worshiping Baal, the Canaanite god of fertility, rain, and, most importantly, good crops. Baal worship wasn't just sitting in a pew on Sundays, it was a party. We're talking ritualistic orgies, temple prostitution, and wild festivals designed to convince the gods to make the land fertile. Hosea is a young prophet. He's standing on street corners telling people, "Hey, we are breaking our vows to the one who brought us out of Egypt." But nobody is listening, until God speaks to Hosea, and the command he gets defies all logic. Her name was Gomer. Hosea, a respected man of God, goes down to the red light district of his era, finds Gomer, and proposes. Imagine the gossip, the neighbors talking over the fences. "Did you hear about Hosea? He's marrying her." Against all odds, they get married, and for a second it feels like a redemption story. The classic good guy saves the broken girl trope. They have a son. Hosea names him Jezreel. But then the cracks start to show. Gomer has a second child, a daughter. But this time, God tells Hosea what to name her, Lo Ruhama. In Hebrew, that translates to not loved. On a human level, it implies Hosea looked into that baby's eyes and realized, this isn't my kid. Then comes a third child, a son named Lo Ami, which means, not my people. The marriage is unraveling in real time. Gomer hasn't changed. The security of Hosea's home wasn't enough. The old lifestyle, the attention of other men, it calls her back. And one day, Gomer is gone. Gomer didn't just cheat. She packed her bags and left her family to chase her lovers, the men who promised her luxury, jewelry, and wine. She convinced herself that her lifestyle gave her security. In chapter 2, we get a raw look into his journal. He alternates between furious anger and desperate grief. But then the narrative shifts. God looks at Hosea and says, "Now you know how I feel." Every time Israel ran after Baal, every time they traded justice for money and ecstasy, it felt to God exactly like what Gomer did to Hosea, a cosmic case of unrequited love. Years pass. Gomer's life takes a dark turn. She is standing on a literal auction block, naked, humiliated, completely stripped of her beauty and her pride, worth less than nothing to the world. And God speaks to Hosea again. God says, "Go, show your love to your wife again, though she is loved by another man and is an adulteress." Hosea buys his own wife back. He didn't just forgive her, he paid for what was already legally his. The price he paid was essentially everything he had left in his pockets. He didn't bring her home to be a servant. He brought her home to restore her as his wife. He protected her from her own destruction, whispering something that echoes through eternity. For centuries, people have read this story as a historical anomaly, but it's a mirror. According to the text, we are all Gomer, running toward things that eventually enslave us. We chase things we think will fulfill us: money, status, instant gratification, constant cheating on our true purpose. We find ourselves broken, sitting on our own metaphorical auction blocks, bankrupt, And the message of Hosea is that the divine isn't sitting up there waiting to crush you for your mistakes. The divine is walking into the market with a pocket full of silver, ready to buy you back, no matter how dirty you got. The story of Hosea is the ultimate reminder that true love isn't about what someone deserves. It's about what you're willing to pay to bring them home.